Hello and all that good stuff. My name is Allie. I am the Chaotic Reader, and this is where I talk about book things. So, just keeping it pretty casual today. All I did was brush my hair and put on some mascara and called it good. I just don't have the energy today to do my makeup and all that good stuff. But I still wanted to film something today. So, you know, we're gonna do a book tag because those are casual, fun. We can just kind of have a chat about some stuff. And so I'm going to do the stay-at-home book tag, which Madison over at Princess of Paperback, yes, that's her channel name, she created this tag, and I just thought it's really fun. It's just got some fun little questions so that we can just, you know, chat about some books. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get into it. So the first one is laying in bed, what is a book you could read in a day? And I grabbed The Selection by Kiera Cass for this. I haven't actually read this, but it's only like, oh, I guess it's almost like 300 pages. Or it is like 300 pages. But still, I still feel like I could read this in a day. It just seems like it would be so easily digestible. Just a really quick, fun read that doesn't take that much brain power to process. So I feel like I could read this in a day. I probably will read this in a day. I was recently gifted the entire series, and so I just really want to binge them when I'm in the mood for just something just deliciously kind of trashy, which sometimes I am. Aren't we all? Don't we all need a trashy read now and again? And I feel like this is just gonna be that, and it's gonna be so good. Like, it's gonna be bad, but it's gonna be so good. Snacking. What is a guilty pleasure read? So, I don't know that I really believe in guilty pleasure reads. Like, I admit that I like to read trashy books sometimes, and to me, it's not really a guilty pleasure. I don't feel guilty about it. But I guess if I had to pick something, it would probably be smutty books, because I can't just talk to anyone about smutty books. Like, I'm not gonna walk up to my parents and be like, hey, I just read some real good smut, okay? You know what I mean? So I guess that would be my guilty pleasure books, would be just sometimes I just want to sit down and just read a really smutty read and enjoy myself with it. So Netflix, a series you want to start. Now, I wasn't sure if this was supposed to be like a TV show or book, so I just picked one of each. For a book series I want to start, I grabbed Nevermore, The Trials of Morrigan Crow by Jessica Townsend. I've been meaning to start this for a while. I really want to get into this series. It's a middle grade series, and I've recently kind of gotten more into middle grade, and this one I've only heard really good things about. I don't think I've heard anyone be like, I don't like this book. So it comes highly recommended by many booktubers, and I would like to give it a read. It is about this girl who is turning, I think, 11, and she is going to die because she's a cursed child. But then someone comes and whisks her off to this place that I think is kind of like a magical school setting, maybe? Sort of? I'm not really sure, but it sounds really good. It comes highly recommended, and I really would like to actually dive into this series. I think the third book is coming out this year, or is already out. I'm not sure. And then for a TV series I want to start, there's actually like a whole bunch of anime that I want to watch. I just haven't really been watching anime probably that much over the last year even. I used to be really, really into it, but I don't really sit down and watch a TV show anymore. It takes so much of my focus, I think, to watch anime because I just really, really want to be paying attention to the story and what's going on. And I don't really do that often anymore. If I'm watching TV, it's usually on and I'm doing something else because I have a brain that tends to wander. So that's generally how it is. So I don't know. I really would like to start some animes though. I would definitely like to watch the new Fruits Basket because I remember watching the original when I was younger, but being like, oh, the anime and art style is a little me. So really interested to watch the new one and see if I enjoy it. Deep Clean, a book that has been on your TBR forever. So this probably hasn't been on my TBR forever, considering that it just came out end of last year, but I feel like it's been on my TBR forever. And that is The Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. And the reason I feel like this has been on my TBR forever is I bought this right when it came out, and I feel like I should have read it right when it came out. I loved the first 2 books. I thought they were just fantastic and fun and just a great time. So I don't know why I just have not got to this, but it's still sitting here unread. And so it just feels like it's been sitting here forever. Animal Crossing, a book you recently bought because of the hype. And I mean, obviously, Crescent City, A House of Earth and Blood. I mean, I love Sarah J. Maas, don't get me wrong. Although, honestly, I've only read 2 books by her, so I guess maybe I can't even really say that. The only books I've read is Akatar and Akamoth. I haven't even read A Court of Wings and Ruin. I haven't even read the 3rd book yet, and I haven't read any of the Throne of Glass books. But I still say that I love her because I am downright obsessed with the books I have read by her. And so I was really excited for this, but the reason I picked it up now instead of waiting is definitely because of the hype. Productivity, a book that you learned from. So I wasn't really sure what to pick for this, so I guess I kind of stretched the question a bit, but I'm gonna pick The Polar Bear Explorers Club by Alex Bell, and the reason that I'm saying I learned something from this is I learned from it that I really enjoy middle grade, and it's kind of the book that has gotten me into wanting to read more middle grade. So, I mean, I knew that I didn't hate middle grade, but until I picked this up, I just thought it was something that I would just kind of enjoy but not really love. This book taught me otherwise. I can really, really love middle grade books. So I definitely thank this book for showing me the light and taking me into the world of middle grades. So if you don't know what this book is about, it is about Stella, and she desperately wants to be a part of the Polar Bear Explorers Club, but they don't generally accept girls because the man who is sort of her father kind of gets her in, manages to squeak her in, talk to the main man, and get her a spot so that she can go on one of these adventures. She gets to go, and they head off, and all sorts of adventurous things happen, and it's definitely a polar fantasy. It's very, very good, and I very much enjoyed it. FaceTime, a book you were gifted. I'm gonna go with Courting Darkness by Robin Lefevers. I was gifted this very recently by a lovely member of the Weepy Bookin' Facebook book club, which I am a part of. It is ran by Jacqueline Wheeler. I will link it down below. It's a very good time. It's the only thing I use Facebook for, because otherwise I kind of just hate Facebook. But this I'm really excited to read. It's got really cool vibes to it. It seems like it might be a darker fantasy, and so I would love to give this a read. What I don't like about it is it has the deckled edges. I don't know, I'm just not a big fan of the deckled edges. I have a few books that have them, and I just, why? What is the point? I don't know, I'm not a fan. Self-care, what is one thing you've done to look after yourself? So I'm gonna go with play video games, because I haven't been playing them all that often. Like, me and my husband would kind of play now and again, but I've been playing a lot of video games lately, and it might mean that I'm reading less, but I'm okay with it right now. I just can't focus on everything at the moment, and I've been in just a sort of reading slump where I haven't been reading as much as I would like to for a few months, and I'm just like, you know what? I want to play some freaking video games. I'm gonna play some freaking video games, and it's fine. So I've been playing Borderlands 3, which I am capped out on the level. I've played through all the DLC, and I just keep playing it anyway. I absolutely love that game. I don't know. And I recently downloaded Final Fantasy Online, and I've been playing a ton of that. It is just such a fun MMO. I haven't played an MMORPG since I was probably in high school, and it's just so much fun. I'm having such a good time with it. If you happen to have an account on there, we need to be friends, so you need to let me know. I'm playing on computer, by the way, at least for that. Otherwise, I'm playing on PlayStation for everything else. So also, if you have a PS4, you should friend me. I am Musically Cats. Yeah. Post your username in the comments and we can play some games. Bonus, a book that is coming out soon. So the first thing that popped into my head is actually a book I know very little about, and that is Crave by, I can't remember the author's name, but it's being called like the Twilight of our generation, or not of our generation, but of this era or something, whatever. And I don't know, that interests me. I haven't read a really good vampire book in a very long time. So I'm pretty excited to get my hands on that at some point. I'm probably not going to buy it. It comes out this month sometime, and I don't think I'm just going to go buy it right away, but it sounds very interesting. Okay, so quick little shameless plug. September through December, I am hosting a Twilight read-along. We're going to be reading one book a month, and there will be a live show after each book. Septimus Snape is my other host right now. I'll link her down below. I'm searching for 2 more hosts. I will probably pick them within the next week or so. And yeah, so keep your TBR open with some spots to reread those or read them for the first time. It's going to be a time. Pretty unsure about it. It's going to be a time. Anyway, that was just a real quick book tag. Thank you to Madison for making that book tag. It was so much fun. It was so easy to do. It was just like the perfect video to be able to make right now. And yeah, so I will see you next time.